That's what you do. You buy these plays that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on, with a smile on his face.
We just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, to the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, same old, same old, every single day, without the truth. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first few episodes, the second series, something like that. Stallone.
We are on the site of the castle.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
Hello everyone. It's a good morning from me. I've only jumped up, just had a cup of tea, quick cup of tea, and but anyway, here I am. Here. There's only a few films, like to or I recommend, and they're all black and white ones, unfortunately. A couple of them are like propaganda, but I watched a little cracking one, and you can see the chemistry in with the couple in it. And when I mention them, you go, yeah, right. And what it is, it's called 21 Days. It's called 21 Days. And who it stars, it was made in 1940. And who it stars is, it stars Vivian Leigh and Laurence Olivier. Now, they were married, but you can see the chemistry with them. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So you see, it's not just a matter of a film that's just starring those two. It's a cracking little film. It really is a cracker. 1940. This is before, Vivian Leigh went over to Hollywood and Gone with the Wind and destroyed her marriage to Olivier. Hollywood destroys everything. When you read about Hollywood, the dark side of Hollywood. So it's 21 Days. Watch it. It's good. Black and white. Good storyline. And Olivier is great. Greatest actor ever in. Charles Lawton, Gail Good, Richardson. Great actors. All English, British actors. That's why you get today, you get the likes of Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh is a fantastic actor. He's a fantastic director. And I actually seen him play in Hamlet. Kenneth Branagh. Down in Stratford. Went down with my students years ago. Fantastic. I've seen Alan Rickman play Hamlet as well. But I've seen him here in Liverpool. Seen him at St George as well. Alan Rickman. Great actors. Fantastic actors. So, anyway, 21 Days, brilliant film. Watch it. The likes of Manhunt. Now, that is a propaganda film. Remember me about propaganda. I hate the way propaganda's splurged out today. I really don't like it. It's blatant lies. It's disinformation. So the lies, what they're telling you. So the propaganda back then was necessary. It was necessary because of wartime. And, it really needed to give the people a lift. We have families today going back, to our parents and grandparents who was going through terrible time, bombings. And, family members in the service. So you see, it was necessary to lift the people, the propaganda films. Manhunt is Walter Pidgeon. Cracking film. Really cracking film. Proper propaganda, we'll put it that way. Propaganda. And there's another one called Dark Journey. Dark Journey. And that's a fellow by the name of Conrad Veidt. Conrad Veidt left Germany in the 1930s. Didn't like what was going on there. And he left. And the stars, you might have heard of him. He always plays a baddie, actually. So you say, so that's another one to look out for. That's what he is saying here. Hello and good morning, Frank, says George. Hiya, George. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Good morning to you. And says, Paul Vivian Leigh was later was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Yeah. Beautiful lady. Beauty. But if you watch that film, 21 Days, you see the chemistry between her and Olivia. As I said, Hollywood ruins people. It really does. It ruins people. And George says, Ken, that's Kenneth Branagh. Comes from 3 miles from. Go away. I know he was Northern Irish. I know he's a Northern Irishman. Great actor, though. Great director. But you know what? When he played for the first time, for the very first time, Poirot, it was good. Enjoyed it. But woke Hollywood woke, got a grip of it. That was it. That was it. Finished. Any 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 Agatha Christie, a great, really great thrillers. Who done it? Brilliant. And they always make films, but you know who done it anyway. But they're entertaining. But once woke got a grip of it, that was it. I was watching Death on the Nile with Branagh in, and I just turned it off. I thought, no, not having this. Not having this. Wokeness. Shocking. Destroyed the image of Poirot. Destroyed him. This is the woke that destroyed. My green screen's coming down. Kill me then. Just put them up. Kill me. Fucking hell. Fuck me. So that's it. Branagh, brilliant. Woke killed for me. Poirot. You mightn't agree with, you mightn't agree with me, you might have seen him, but yeah, that was great. For me, boom, gone. That's why I won't watch any films today. Wokeness. I was recommended a film by Daryl called The Surfer with Nick Cage. I like Nick Cage. Fuck it now. I had to swear. Shocking. Australian. I don't watch Australian things. I do not watch them. And I sat through that. And I had to fast forward it to the end. Watch it if you want. Call The Surfer. Fucking hell. Lee Brady. Hello, Frank. Hope you're well. Not seen much or films this past week. You seen anything good? Yeah, I've just mentioned a couple there. Go on, mate. I'll go on. Well, films. Morning, Frank, and everyone. Like and subscribe, says Chris. Thank you, Chris. And Hollywood certainly ruins child actors. When you see child actors, going back to like the 30s and 40s, and in some cases the 50s, and you see them crying, they get slapped by the director. Or, like he goes over to them and fuck off, slaps them. Literally. So, got your own big screen, Frankie boy. And Frank, seriously, watch Bronson with so I won't watch Tom Hardy. I've seen Bronson. Do you mean I was thinking that Charles Bronson's fucking dead, you know? But yeah, I've seen Bronson. Just plays the lunatic that I forget his proper name, and he calls himself Bronson, Charles Bronson. Just a divvy, sitting in jail, an arsehole, proper arsehole. Seen that when I first came out years ago, but I don't like that Tom Hardy. I don't like his anyway. That's just me being personal. Elmo James, hello Elmo. Morning Frank. One of my favourite old movies used to be Dead End with Bogart. I can't fucking say. I know I should wear my glasses. I know that. You know me. Joel McRae, Sylvia Sidney, and the Dead End Kids. Dead End, yeah. Bogart. Do you know why? You know what you're saying like that? I always thought that it would have been James Cagney. You dirty rat. Never ever said that in films, you know. You dirty rat. Never ever said that. Joel McRae, though, he's in films. He's in films, if you like. How can I say this? He wasn't like recognised, was he, Joel McRae, as like really a Hollywood star, like you just mentioned, Bogart, great Bogart, Bogey. He hated phonies, Bogart, hated them, just hated phonies. If you're ever going to read a book about Hollywood and the likes of Bogart, read The Moon's a Balloon by David Niven. Brilliant. Brilliant. George Seth says, watch the Billy trilogy. Is that Billy? Of TV plays Branagh was in. James Ellis played his violent, drunken father, made in the early 80s by playwright Graham Reed. James Ellis, yeah, he was in a Z Cars, yeah. Then we all had to watch the Z Cars because there was nothing else to watch. It was about Liverpool, Kirby. Bad accents. Remember that? Right. Daryl says, the girl from Matilda never got ruined. She went on to Mrs. Doubtfire and Jumanji. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know anything about that. The girl from Matilda, never watched it. It's only you talking about. Having a clue. Jumanji, never seen it. Is that with the rocket? And Mrs. Doubtfire, never seen that either. Never ever seen it. So, Supernatural horrors, Frankie. Yeah, loads of them. Loads of them. Yeah. But we're living on my own. I don't watch them anymore. Yeah, there's loads. I think one of the best made, supposedly a true story, you know. Excuse me. What was it called? What was it called? It's called. Oh, blimey. It wasn't Poltergeist. Oh, blimey. It's gone for it. So when you take a shot, how it goes, you know. But it will come back to me. Have you seen the Carousel, Frank? But Never Walk Alone in a Carousel? No. I'll tell you what I have seen with You Never Walk Alone in Cell with John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson. And it's the cop singing it. You know it is. And with Samuel L. Jackson being a red, he must have said, yeah, put that on. Get these, you know, if you're going to play You Never Walk Alone. Get the rest, you know, just listen to these. And it's actually the cop singing it. You can tell. So that's the Cell that You Never Walk Alone. Never seen Carousel. No, I don't like musicals. Don't like musicals. Terrible. Is that the Boogeyman? Yeah, the Boogeyman. There's quite a few out. I tell you what I liked, like a tongue-in-cheek sort of thing was Scream, but it becomes overdone. I tell you what's good though. I tell you what's good, and there's a franchise of them. Fucking hell, I'm losing it. You know what I mean? Maybe I've just got up or what? I just don't know. Just come straight to me. But yeah, I'm sorry. I've just lost it. The way it is. The way it is. The Conjuring, yeah, that's good. That The Conjuring, even Sinister, they're good. They're good. The one I'm trying to think of is, God blimey. So you will know it. It's about predestination, really. It's going on. Say like you're going with friends to the beach or whatever, and you have this feeling if you're coming to a junction or whatever, and you have a feeling if you take off, you think it's empty, you know, the roads, you know, and you just go to turn, and all of a sudden a fucking big lorry hits you and kills you with your friends, and you tell, don't do it. But your time is up, and it does come to haunt you to get you because your time is up. I forget what it's called. Thank you. Final Destination. Final Destination. That's it. Final Destination. They're good. They're good. Judge said, classic example of exploitation of a child actor was Judy. Yeah, they filled her with pills to make her work harder. Terrible people. Yeah, but I think other children as well. Other children, famous stars. Then you have the extramarital affairs, and you get the arseholes, the lead actors. But the exploitation and manipulation, not only women do it, women actors, but that's on another level. That's like, for another video, put it that way, not like for today. You do get great actors who keep themselves to themselves. I tell you who always kept himself to himself. Robert Redford always kept himself to himself. He was a very, very good actor. Well, I'm not saying was, I'm not saying that he's gone, but he's very old now. But he always kept himself to himself. He was never like called. No one could call him for any sort of gossip. Great actor. I was looking at something last night, funny enough, and it's whether you can believe them, but I don't think they'd come out and say it. Anyway, I was watching something last night, and it was about tell you what it was about. It was about a very famous actor having an affair with this other actor. I'll tell you who the actor was, the first actor, when it came out. Do you ever remember Shane? With Alan Ladd? One of the great westerns, that. But the kid in it, the young lad, Shane, I love you, Shane. Well, as he grew up, he had an affair. This lad who grew up with another actor. And that other actor, this is what I was watching last night, And that other actor was Paul Newman. So, you're looking, and you wouldn't think that, would you, of Newman? But as a thought, well, there you go. You know what I mean? There you go. Does it happen? Is it true? Well, nothing surprises me anymore. with Hollywood, but I can destroy you. If you're talking Samuel Jackson, watch The Flight, Frank. Amazing film, Darryl Merry. The Flight. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Is it a new one or an old one? I've seen Samuel L. and it was good. Patrick Wilson was in this one. And Patrick Wilson, he just moved into this house. Nice neighbour. And Samuel L. lives next door to, he's already a resident there with his 2 kids. No wife, was just his 2 kids. And he's a cop. It was racial, but it was very good. And what you see was the racism of a black person. Because Patrick Wilson's character, he was married to a black girl. But it was very good. It was really good. I forget what it was called, to be honest. But that's the film with Samuel L. in. I don't want to try and think about the thing. Sorry, I've never had time to brush my teeth. I just jumped up just through this thing on. I don't even have a cup of tea. Well, that's it. Quick. But I never had time to finish. It's still in my living room. Christopher George. Original Jumanji film with Robin Williams, the effect still stands up today. Yeah. There are films that come out full of woke, and I won't watch any woke, no matter what. See, that film that Darryl recommended, The Surfer, is not woke. Give you that. That's the only thing. But watch it. See what you think. The Surfer. The Desperate Hours, brilliant film. Bogart, yes. Mickey Rourke did a follow-up, not a follow-up, he did one, didn't he? Which failed miserably. Mickey Rourke. What he was, what he is today. There's a lad from Liverpool who's his trainer. I knew his dad well, and he only died a few months ago. And I had him, he was coming over to Liverpool, Mickey Rourke. And I was talking to John, he's dead now, John. And there's a lad obviously was coming over. He's his trainer, his personal trainer. And he goes everywhere with him. Anyway, he was coming over to Liverpool to a one-man show, talk and whatever at the Echo Arena. And I said to John, I said, would you come on my show, my little radio show? And he went, I'll ask him. I'll ask my lad. So he asked his lad. But his lad came over for a quick break from Hollywood. Was it Hollywood? Yeah, he lived down there, didn't he? Albeit he's in New York. Anyway, only seeing his lad for a few minutes, and he said, I believe you want Mickey to come on your show. I said, yeah, said, think he brought it up? He said, yeah, bring him up, no problem. Because we had a studio then. He said, where's your studio? I said, over there. Not far from work, because where I live, John is below me. He said, yeah, no problem. Because we'll be up here anyway, you know, we'll see me dad. Oh, great. COVID. Fucking ends of COVID ruined me. COVID. You know, people just got on with it, but I never had me play performed. I had everything sorted, everything. The theatre, the tickets were going to be printed, the posters, everything. At the cast. Never went ahead. And my mate who was director, he died. Not of COVID. Died last year. He got the cast. I knew the cast. I never knew one person though. There was only one person I didn't know. And it was a female. Oh no, I didn't know her. But I knew the other female. I know her well actually. And she got up, she said, I thought I was in the play. I said, I thought you didn't want to do it. I got told. She said, no. So anyway, you know, she was in it. But that was my cast. And I knew them well. Brilliant cast. COVID. I haven't watched it, George. I'm being honest, but I will watch it. Definitely watch that. That's on the bucket list. It's on the book. As long as it's not, I don't think it would be walked over. Final Destination films are good. Yes, Christopher. I couldn't think of the title until just before, you know. They're very good, Christopher. But you ends up cheering for death by the time you get to the Final Destination 4. Yeah, the death, yeah. That's good. And Sinister is the same. Yeah. The same male. Yeah, Patrick Wilson. Good actor there. I've seen him in a film called here we go. Heist. No, was it Heist? No. Oh. Liam Neeson is in it. Oh, hang on, am I getting mixed up? Yeah, Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's in it, Patrick Wilson. And Sam Neill. I think Sam Neill's a good actor. Sam Neill. Actually spoke to Sam Neill in Rodney Street. He was doing that Peaky Blinders. Never watched it. If I see anything that's historically wrong, I won't watch it. That's why I never watched Peaky Blinders. And yet it was set in Liverpool. Well, supposed to be Birmingham. Okay, or is it the Northeast? I don't know. But anyway, set in Liverpool, you know, filmed in Liverpool, rather. Sinister, Ethan Hawke, great guy. That was a very good film. Was that Sinister, was it? because you just see him moving to a new house, always moving to a new house, and he's exploring it, isn't he? You know, and he's a writer, and he goes into the loft and sees something. Yeah, very good, very good. Ethan Hawke is a very good actor, actually, Darryl. Spot on, mate. Spot on. And Elmo, We're No Angels, Bogart, Ustinov, Aldo Ray. I think there was a remake. Yeah, We're No Angels. I think that De Niro, I think it was De Niro, not quite sure, you know, with that title, and Sean Penn. I like Sean Penn as an actor, but I just won't fucking watch anything with him in anymore. That fucking idiot. To me, he's proved a fucking arsehole. Sean Penn. Great actor. Didn't have like his film, but watched him. That's me being personal, by the way. And no one can change my mind about it. Nobody. George says Elmo loved the remake of We're No Angels with De Niro Pep. Yeah, that's it. I was trying to think. Elmo was there. I thought you were talking about the writer there, Elmo. But anyway, you're talking to Darryl. Like and subscribe, everyone. The great man. Two good classics, actors from the past. Oh, Marius Gordon, brilliant. And Anton Walbrook, got that accent in the Anton. But Marius Gordon, yes. And Anton Walbrook. Was it Gaslight? Anton Walbrook was in. And I know Marius Goring was in The Red Shoes. And he was also in with David Niven. I mentioned it last week or the week before. The Life and Death, is it? Something like that. The Life and Death or whatever. I think it was Marius Gordon. Brilliant. Great act. He was in a little lorry, you know, like a little hammer thing. Marius Gordon. And he was always sinister in it. I don't think I've ever seen him, you know, like in his later days, playing nice people. Marius Goring, what a name as well. Marius Goring. Anton Walbrook. Darryl says that film is Commuter. Oh yeah, The Commuter. That's right, Darryl. Yeah. Commuter. It's good the way that starts off, actually, because you see him doing the same thing every day. You know, a little argument with his wife in the car, and that she always drives him to the station. And there's a little subplot, isn't there? The Commuter, very good film, good storyline, actually. Christopher, what did you think of the 51st State? Well, believe it or not, I know Ricky Tomlinson, and I rang him up. Did I ring him? Oh, well, anyway, I said to Nicky when they were making it, and I said to him, hey, do me a favour. He said, what's that? I said, introduce me to Robert Carlyle. I said, his name is, spelt my same way and everything, and I'm wondering, with him being Scottish, if he's any relation down the line to me. And he went, oh, I said, yeah. I said, because I refer back on my dad's side to Thomas Carlyle. He was a historian and the mate of Charles Dickens. And he wrote a book called Sign of the Times, and he dedicated it to Dickens. And that's why Dickens wrote Hard Times and dedicated it to Thomas Carlyle. He said, yeah, he said, that's fascinating, that. So I said, okay, I never thought about a bank, metal. Went down, lunch, talking to me. And he said, yeah, I'm related. We're related, going back to Thomas Carlyle. Genealogy. It's not genealogy. People say like it's genealogy. Yeah, I'm doing some genealogy. It's not genealogy. It's genealogy. That's me. I couldn't act the game. I watched a brilliant but little known film from 1967 called Incident. Yes. Dirk Bogart, Gary Rigby. Dirk Bogart. Bogart was a great actor. Victim, watch Victim with Bogart. Brilliant. Brilliant film. Black and white. Same as Incident, black and white. Yeah, so there are three films, as I said, what I was mentioning before. Mammals with Walter Pidgeon. Mammals. It's really good. But mind you, it was fucking made in Hollywood. But Walter Pidgeon was an English actor, so I don't like Americans trying to put on English accents. So they used to scour Hollywood, for English actors with the, they did a lot of theatre work, in America. So you only see them now and again in films when they, if it's England. It's like, what's his name? Oh, Aubrey. I forget his name. Big tall fella. He played cricket and everything, this fella. Went over to America, he's an actor, but he went over to America and stayed over there. He was in a cracking film called Rebecca, where Olivia, George Sanders was a great actor as well. C. Aubrey Smith just came to me then, and he was in it, But they want like English speaking actors, and you couldn't get any better than Olivia, George Sanders, and C. Aubrey Smith. So they try to give it the authenticity, you see, of Yes, this is England. And it's not, it's the fucking backlot of Hollywood. But Rebecca's a great film. Really, a Joan Fontaine. Very good actress. Victim. Cheers, Frank. I'll look for it. No, it's really good. Sylvia Sims was in it. Great story. Black and white. George. Frank, have you ever watched Bryan Cranston, one of my favourite actors, in Trumbo, the story of the screenwriter who was part of the Hollywood blacklist for their left-wing views, the reason why I hate John Wayne. Well, there's a few, isn't there? There's a few. No, I will be watching that actually, George Trumbo, because I always bring up the McCarthy witch hunt. Always bring that up. Shocking. Shocking. And I was disappointed that Charlie Chaplin, who was exiled, just went to live in Switzerland, that years later, I think in the 70s, 70s or 80s, he accepted a lifelong Oscar Achievement Award. And I thought, why? Why go back there? They banned you. I was saying it even then. Why do that? You had the likes of an actor, writer, whatever, Sam Wanamaker, and he was banned. And he came here to work, Sam Wanamaker. And I always remember an interview with his daughter a couple of years ago, whatever it was. Zoe Wanamaker. She said, will you ever go to America? She said, no. They ruined my father. That's what I mean about today. That's what I mean about today. About the Americans and Russia. They fucking hate Russia. They hate China. Russia, believe it or not, whether you believe me or not, doesn't fucking bother me. Russia is not a communist country today. It's a fucking capitalist country. It's capitalist. There's no communism. And yet the American, the communist fucking assholes. McCarthy. Arthur Miller, the great playwright, he was brilliant and very clever. And he wrote The Crucible. And it was about the witch hunt in Salem in 1692. I've studied that, by the way. And anyway, it was true. The Salem witch hunt. Fucking terrible. Those American fucking assholes. Puritans. So anyway, he wrote it, The Crucible. But what it was more or less a parody of the McCarthy witch hunt. And he gave it to McCarthy, Senator McCarthy. Said, I'm dedicating this to you. McCarthy never had a fucking clue. Brilliant. C. Aubrey Smith. Yep. C. Aubrey Smith. We were talking last night and I mentioned about someone mentioned Aubrey, and I meant to say about one of the great Aubreys was W. Aubrey Thomas, who built, designed. No, he never built it, but he designed the very first steel infrastructure building in the world, and that was the Library building, but Aubrey. Because we were saying, if you've got a mate named Aubrey, you go, I ain't got a mate. Well, just saying, not a mate, but anyone with the name Aubrey. Know what I mean? You know that he doesn't come from a background of, like, my name, for example, and my friends' names, or anyone. I've never, I didn't know anybody with a different name like Aubrey, because I know lots of architects too. What I did, going back, the likes of W. Aubrey Thomas. See what I mean? Thurston Holland, Sir Oliver Lodge. Say so, these are all people. Like the only common name of this fella was James Chadwick. Sir James Chadwick. I'll tell you what he did. Elmo, A Matter of Life and Death. Classic, yeah. I was trying to think of that before. With Marius Goring. And David Niven. George, sadly, yeah, he was the same. He gave people up. He was a snitch. Sadly, Edward G. Robinson recanted at the hearing, stating to Trumbo that the writers are not visible, but his face was. Yeah. You see what I mean? You get snide, like John Wayne. There was another actor, and I seen him in an interview. I'm going back years ago, and his name is Sterling Hayden. And I looked at, and he was crying. He said, "I'm sorry, I did that." It's no use then. It's so easy to say I'm sorry. He destroyed people. And fucking Edward G. Robinson. Edward G. You wouldn't think that, would you? You wouldn't think that. Edward G. John Wayne. But you're right, they did Elmo, hang on. They did go, anyway, I said it. They did go under different names. Excuse me. But anyway, the likes of Cranston, great actor. If you haven't seen him in Your Honor, don't judge Your Honor, watch it. Fella named Michael Stuhlbarg's in it. Brilliant. Cranston and Stuhlbarg. And funny enough, looking at that, The Arrival, Stuhlbarg's in this. Has anyone seen this? Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. There you go. Amy Adams. Good actors. Good actor anyway. Arrival. Aubrey Beardsley, my favourite artist. Well, he'd have to have a name like Aubrey, wouldn't he? Yeah. I'm glad, I've got favourite artists. I really have, and you can't, well, I can't, you can't just pick one. But I always look up to, because I've seen his works. And it's Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci. I've seen his works. Love his work. Great visionary. Visionaries. He really was. Unbelievable. What did he say? He said about, he said people are finding paintings on caves and they're taking no notice of them, painting drawings, whatever. He said you have to take notice because we now today wouldn't be doing what we're doing only for those people thousands of years ago, painting on walls of their homes, caves. I'm paraphrasing, but and he said, I'd like to do something that will be set in the future. And what did he do? Fucking submarine. A helicopter. They're the boys. I love Tierney. I love Constable. I love like landscapes. The Hayway. Oh, the Hayway. Constable's Hayway. There are things like that. But I wouldn't have them hanging on my wall. And you could say, why then? Why wouldn't you have them hanging on your wall? Because the two, I'll tell you what I have got hanging on my wall. Jack Vetriano. I love Jack Vetriano. I've got a couple of prints of his. On my wall. The rest on my wall is, I'll have to show you them one day. I've got a couple of canvases. No, one canvas. I've got all watercolours. And these are by proper artists. These are by friends of mine. I've had to buy them, but I got one as a birthday present. of this artist friend. I was good to him, like, and I bought a couple of paintings off him as well. And he did me a painting, a watercolour of my university. And he said to me, he just came one day, and he said, I won't be seeing you on your day. He said, but that's for you. I said, well, I'm not opening it until. And he said, okay. And when I opened it, I can actually see it right now through there. In fact, you give me 1 minute, I'll take a photograph. I'll show you. I just fucking do that. Oh, come on already. Jesus. Fuck's sake. Fuck off. Right. It's quite big, actually. It might look small to you, but it's not. It's quite big. It's a watercolour. It's quite big, actually. It's in a big frame of my university. You see it? Watercolour, that. Watercolour. So, how about that then? So, and Anthony Brown, what he did, he painted me portrait. I've got it there, show you. Incredible. Oh, oh, no, no. I'm sorry, I can't take it out. That's a big portrait, though, of me. He did a thing called, for the capital of culture, 100 Liverpool heads thinking as one. And I was very humbled that he, chose me, top 100 heads. That was dear Anthony. Excuse me. So that was it, basically. All these wonderful things. Sorry there. Oh, the Anfield Road. Good morning, Frankie and Chef. Good morning. I should have worn my glasses. I don't know why I don't wear it, but say these are just in case I'll put these on first take. And I was rushing, as you know. The Anfield. Frankie, that behind you, that film is great. All right. Yeah, it's been talking about that. It's been talking about it. George said, Ronald Reagan made his name then as president of the Screen Actors and destroyed many learning actors. Is that leaning? I can't fucking say. It really, honestly, I can't fucking say. So and that was like, but the other fucking fella, Snapey, he used to put these fucking long words in, and I couldn't read them properly. And it made me feel inadequate. And I fucking told him once, I said, Steve, stop doing that, please. I've got cataracts, I've got this fucking pain. Letters disappear on me. Kept doing it. I think someone told him, don't do it. It's wrong. And he stopped doing it. I was seeing it for a while. Anyway, destroyed many left-leaning actors before becoming governor. Of course, fucking Reagan. Back in the day, we used to call him Reagan. Remember Star Wars? He wanted fucking big things up there to destroy Russia. And the axes are still going on today. I was watching an old James Bond film, Pierce Brosnan. Again, Russia gets mentioned. Russia gets mentioned. As usual, as per. Always gets mentioned. Russia. John Wayne and Reagan were terrible actors, really wouldn't as bad as Michael Caine. Gary Rigby, yes, I agree there. Michael Caine as well. Not a paper out now, that. Fucking hell. Michael Caine. Let's see. I hope I can fucking read this. I'm glad someone mentioned Michael Caine. And, what about actor John Wayne? John Wayne played the same fucking part all the time. He played John Wayne. It's like that Jared Butler. He plays Jason Statham plays Jason Statham. They want to be tough guys, and they're fucking not. That's why I won't watch some films that fucking. I have to say, I liked when I first came out. I liked the film work and things like that of 300. 300. Oh, God, get on my fucking nerves, Jimmy. Ha ha. Me, Sparta. Fuck off. Just watch him. But that's the way he fucking talks, anyway. Can't act. Jared Butler cannot act. Couldn't act a fucking goat. Am I mean? Man, I was mean. Anfield. Frankie, you know what film I love? A certain fella in the poster behind you, Forrest Whitaker. It's amazing performance from him and James McAvoy, brilliant film. Forrest Whitaker. I could tell you something about him, but I won't. So I've got no time for him. Forrest Whitaker. I liked him until you find some things on it. And you go, fuck that. You don't know the people. You don't know the fucking real people and what's behind their facade. You know me, I could be a fucking right prick. And I'm not. I know it. Never been in trouble. I'd be a fucking zivvy, like, but I'm a decent person. George said, was it true that Da Vinci, as a young man, was looked down upon because he was the illegitimate son? And his name is from his area rather than that of his, yeah, Da Vinci. Well, it's from Vinci, isn't it? It's like it's like Blake. Excuse me. It's like Blake and William Blake, the poet, and Keats, because Blake was frowned upon. I love William Blake. Loved John Keats, not because they were frowned upon. I love Browning, Wordsworth. Loved them all. But you know, the likes of Blake and who's he? You know, couldn't sit in the circles. Keats, 24 years of age when he died. And he wrote to his girlfriend. I said, there are two luxuries on my walks I think about. Your beauty at the hour of my death. Think about that. Think about that. And his physician sent him over to Rome, being in his house, bottom of the Spanish Steps, being in there, at the vibes of him. And right facing him at the bottom, on the other side of the steps, right at the bottom, was Percy Bysshe Shelley. He lived there. And they used to meet and sit on the steps, have a chat. And that's when he wrote his letter to his girlfriend on his walks, on my walks. Oh, the luxury, the luxury of your beauty at the hour of my death. Think about that. Think about that. Barry Aldridge, morning Frank and chat. Sorry, a bit late. Just thought I'd throw in the Equalizer trilogy with Denzel Washington with a fourth due very soon. I haven't watched them. I haven't seen them. George said. Anfield, that film was The Last King of Scotland about Idi Amin. Idi Amin. Remember, he demanded that he marry Princess Anne. He said, I want to marry you. Idi Amin. Uganda. Barry, you deserve that, Frank. It's such an honour. I'm very proud of you, sir. No, do you mean the portrait and the thing? It was in the Echo. I got it somewhere. I was looking for something, and it had, top Merseyside. There's a fucking photograph of me. On the top Merseyside, you always think whoever became top wasn't fucking me, like. Gary says, I do prefer character actors. They have more skill, like Phil Daniels. For instance, he's always different in everything. Great actor, Phil Daniels. Phil Davis, I'm sorry, not Phil Daniels. Yeah. There's a film, there's two films actually. And one of them, it's about, what's it called? One is with Michael Caine, and the other one is with Matthew Good. I think Matthew Good's a very good actor. And it's about the same thing. It's about Hatton Garden, Hatton Garden it's called. But watch the one. Don't watch the one with Michael Caine in it. Fucking watch that. Watch the one with Matthew Good and Larry Lamb. Cracker. And you get stalwart actors. Really good. It's really good. I think it's far better than the, but that's just my opinion, than the Michael Caine one. So anyway, people, I'll finish now because you've nothing to say. I've got nothing to say. And just have a great weekend. Today, you've got the sunshine. I think it's looking sunny here. You've got, the weather's been great. I've got our Francine coming down. That's who just texted me before. He said, I'll be down later, Dad. I said, okay. She said she'd be down around 12 o'clock, usual. But what can you say to your daughter? Try and read some. Try and watch that 21 days. Manhunt. 21 days was actually made here, by the way. Not like Manhunt made in Buckingham, Hollywood. But it's well worth a watch anyway. What's the other fucking one? Dark Journey. No. Night Cross. Oh, with Conrad Veidt. See, I forgot. I could lose it. Conrad Veidt. That was made here. I like films actually made here. I don't like films made in Hollywood pretending it's here. And what you can see, you can tell that they're made in Hollywood. Do you know if you've got like a little bit of a crowd scene? And I'm going back to the 40s and things like that. You see them we didn't wear hats like that. We were totally different. And the only things that, did you wear a bowler hat, you look British. Oh, fuck off. So you can tell. And even the sun, if there's a sun thing, that Hollywood, I was watching a film, a TV film, and it was supposed to be around Christmas. Well, it was Christmas. Oh, phony snow. You see, like pockets of snow in a street, pure white. You see them walking down with this fella and this girl, all lovey and, it's Christmas. And you see them walking down the street. And a fella, like the fella who's walking there, like kicks by the snow. And do you know what it is? It's not like a pile of snow. It's what Hollywood must make for snow. And like a blanket, I'll just say it like that, like a fucking duvet, putting at the side as snow. Because it just lifted up like that. I noticed it. And everything. And you also the sun. It's supposed to be sort of, especially if they're doing a film that's about here and the fucking sun's too strong. You can tell by the shadows and the brightness. The brightness. You can tell all the phoniness. I watched a bit of a documentary, and I'll tell you what it had. It had, that film Threads, and what the fuck? Jason Robards was in this other one. I've mentioned it before. Watch it. It's great, I said. But it was like that versus that. About a nuclear attack, both here and in America. And they are worth watching. They are, because the way things are today, and these lunatics in charge of Europe and America could easily end up, we'll be gone. If a nuclear war starts, I want a fucking big nuclear bomb to hit me right on the fucking head. I don't want to go through fallout. I don't want you to go through fallout. It's shock. The aftermath. I always remember, some of you might remember, it was an animation, and it was a film, well, back a few years ago now. And just in case of a nuclear attack, you just see two old women, it was animated, in the house, she's doing the tea. He's sitting there. Shall we put the telly on, and all that. And it says, just in case there's a nuclear attack. And this is genuine. This is a fucking, to tell you what to do in case of a nuclear attack, is take your door off the living room, put it against the wall, and get under it. Put it against the wall in your living room and get under the door. Just in case of a nuclear attack. And that still applies today. The Yanks build bunkers, don't they? George said. Laurence Olivier, said, and exhausted often by try acting. He did because he came in after 3 days of non-sleep just to, this is Hoffman. I like Hoffman, to be honest. And he went to, and Olivier looked at him, he said, "Are you all right?" And he went, I wanted to be the best I could for this, for this scene. And he just said to my dear boy, just act. And Hoffman took notice of a big great man. My dear boy, just act. And have you noticed every film, more or less, every film that Hoffman's in, he always runs. He runs in every fucking film. You ever noticed that? He runs. Whether he runs for the bus or runs in the marathon, if you know what I mean. But I'll tell you one film to watch. I think it's great with Emma Thompson, Last Chance Harvey. I think it's a cracking film, like a love story. It's a cracking film. Me and love stories. And Christopher. Been great again, Frank. What the title winning grants. Yeah, I'm doing a watch along on Monday night. Watch along. Do you know what? I just wish I was free from fucking pain, It was When the Wind Blows. It was When the Wind Blows. Yes. But listen, as fucking hell, everything's fucking fallen to bit. The Arrival. Fantastic film. Watch it. I like Jeremy Renner. He's a good actor. Forrest Whitaker. He's good in it. Amy Adams. But Forrest, I was surprised. Fuck off. The Butler impression. Yeah. Last King of Scotland. I'll tell you what he was good in, the Whitaker man. I forget the title. But you will know it. And it's about a burglary by a little gang. And Jodie Foster, she was there with her daughter in this house. And she locks herself into this safe room. Forrest Whitaker is one of the robbers. But he has a conscience. It's really good film. Forget what it's called. Oh, as far as no, I'm not saying don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's like political stuff, and I'm totally against. He said something once, and I said, "Oh, fuck off, Forrest." Know what I mean? And I thought, I didn't think you'd be like that, mate. When's the next history show, Frank? George, honest, I don't know. I'm fucking fed up with this fucking football. You might think of it, but it's. See, look, if I'm doing like If I'm doing, yeah, let's say I'm doing a football pod, you're getting fucking people watching fucking football and not taking the blind bit out. So I'm fucking cutting it out. And that's what really pisses me off. Even I'm not mentioning his name, that, you know, smashing lads and whatever, guest, and he's fucking like that, man. Looking at the fucking telly. And when a match is fucking being played, when they have, you know, the football pods, it's about fucking Liverpool. It's not about fucking Manchester United or whoever else is fucking playing, Leeds or anyone, Tottenham, anyone. That fuck all to do. We're talking about Liverpool. And that pisses me off. Fucking pisses me off. So I was talking to Jay. I said, I'm not going to do anymore. That's why I said I'm not doing anymore. Why? Why? That's the way I am. It's frustrating. Honestly, you fucking sit here and you know that other people are, you know, tuning in but watching fucking matches. They're missing out on fucking things. Anyway. So I don't know. It's next week sometime. But I don't know what day. It might be, I just don't know. I haven't a clue. So you just have to wait. Could be next Thursday. It won't be Monday. Do you know what? I'll do it Tuesday. I'll do it Tuesday because I'm doing a watch along on Monday and I'm doing a pre-match, so it's half an hour before, and then a post-match, so I won't be fucking talking the next night about it. So I'll do it Tuesday, George. So we'll do it Tuesday. A history one. The on-field. George said, yes, sorry lad, didn't see your post. Yeah, last King of Scotland. The safe room. That's it, the safe room. Yeah. Good, isn't it? I liked it. I liked it. Anfield. Yeah, go fella. And that's another good one, that flight plan. Where she's on a plane. Very good. Very good. I like the old, you know, plane things. I like the one where the other fella in, Liam Neeson, where he's the air marshal. That's good. There's an actor in there called Scoot McNerney or Scoot McKennedy, something like that. Scoot, but his name's Scoot. Great actor. Watch him in the two films. Watch him in, and he hardly gets recognised. Anyway, he's in Killing Them Softly with Brad Pitt. Killing Them Softly with Brad Pitt. And also with that McAvoy fella. You know, good actor McAvoy, you know, the Scottish lad, where he's on holiday, you know, over in Italy or somewhere with his family and meets like another family, Scoot Scoot McNerney. I forget what it's called. Useless, aren't they? So much stuff, these film things, because I can't fucking think of the names. But that flight plan, yeah, but so Scoot McNerney in, what's the name of it? But anyway, he's in Killing Them Softly with Brad Pitt. Cracking film. Really good. So he's in there. And he's in James McAvoy. He's with James McAvoy. Brilliant. Christopher, because I've just seen something. I've watched The Arrival, good film, but preferred District 9. Watched them both around the same time. District 9, about the aliens in South Africa. No, the Arrival, Christopher, is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And you know what? I couldn't fucking work out the ending. Because it's like a time lapse thing, isn't it? Goes back a circle. It's like it's like I've always said we lived in live in like a three-dimensional world, and if you're far enough into deep space and you've got a telescope and you look at the Earth, you could be looking at the Earth a couple of thousand years ago. You could be actually looking at the Roman invasion of here in 43 AD. You see what I mean? The Claudian invasion. So things are going on then. So you're looking through. It's like what Einstein says, bending space. So if you bend space, you'll be there talking to your grandparents. See what I mean? And great grandparents. Because you're there. That's me and my brain that works sometimes. Anfield. Yeah, Liam Neeson's one, a good one. It is. It's good. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Because it's a good storyline. Well, I like it. The Anfield all likes it. The Anfield all likes it. It's good. Frankie, he was in the recent Speak No Evil. He was in Argo too. That's him, Scoot McNerney. That's it. They Speak No Evil with James McAvoy. Cracking little actor. But try and watch him in Killing Them Softly. It's a great film. It really is. James Gandolfini's in it. Tony Soprano. Hey. I tell you what I watched yesterday, to cheer me up. Just sitting there, I was laughing my little head off. Because I see the humour in this. And it's Lake Placid. Brendan Gleeson, Bill Pullman, Oliver Platt, and Bridget Fonda. Brilliant film. It really is a brilliant film. And if you haven't seen it, I'm not talking about the other fucking things. They're like a sequel or not. They're fucking shocking. Lake Placid, watch it. Brilliant. Frankie, you know what? I watched the other night Stallone's Copland. I'll tell you what, it was good. Anfield, I've seen it, yeah. Brilliant. Harvey Keitel, De Niro, yeah. And do you know what? At the time, he was at his peak, Stallone. And he wanted to play, he didn't want to play one of these, big, like muscly. He was playing a cop who was quiet, and he said, no. He said, I can't play. I said, with me muscles. So he put on a loads of weight, never went to gym or anything, right? And he put on weight. So he wouldn't look up. Great film. I like Stallone. I like Stallone. And it is a good thriller. I forgot the ending as well, Christopher. Do you mean if the arrival? It's not. It's a. You've got to work it out. Really, baffled me. Primal Fear. Edward Norton was it? Yeah. I like Edward Norton, but he's another prick, I believe. His film debut. What a debut! Yeah, Primal. Was Richard De Gere in that? Was he the attorney? I like Richard Gere. I think he's a good actor as well. And what a debut, says the outfit. He is a great actor, problem on set apparently, but good actor. His Hulk was the best version and nearest to Bill Bixby. I liked Eric Banner as the Hulk. I liked him, but you know, I won't take anything away from Edward Norton. I'm watching something now, and you'll get it on YouTube. Well, I've watched it. I'm not watching it now. Called The Illusionist with Edward Norton. Very good. And Rufus Sewell. Rufus Sewell. Would you go out like, say, like you go on a match and you meet your mates afterwards? See us down in the Vernon, Rufus. Go into there. All the lads are there, you know, now. Oh, fuck off. Yeah. And Rufus walks in and goes, Rufus, what are you having? What they say. Who the fuck's Rufus? See what I mean? I've just got a mad mind anyway. Yeah, so you've seen it. Betty White feeding the crocs. Wasn't it Lake Placid? That's it. Just watch. The humour is unbelievable. Very subtle. Very subtle. Loved it. Just watching it yesterday. Again. Lake Placid. Every character was brilliant. Gleason. Love Gleason. Great actor. Yeah, Copland was a good film. Watched it at the cinema. De Niro stole the show. I was only in it for about 10 minutes. Sure, I've got it. It's just itchy around me. People think that I'm like that, you know, and I'm not. The itch is terrible. What I've got, really. I'm itchy. My fucking pain. You can't get anything. Anyway, Jeremy Renner says Mark Simon's almost 3 years ago. Snowplow went over the top of him, and it took him years to heal. Broken rib, everything. Collapsed lung. Was excellent in the Bourne Identity. Now I prefer him as that Bourne, and that's strange, rather than that other Pratt with Rachel Weisz. Yeah, the Bourne Identity. Good shout that. I don't like that Mark. Is it Mark Wahlberg? I always get mixed up with him and this other fucking fella. But anyway, I preferred Renner to him, the other fella who plays the Bourne, you know. But you can get too many of them Bourne things, can't you? Oh, fuck off, you know. How long is he on the run for? Anyway, the Anfield. Christopher, it was an underrated film. Stallone played the role well. He did. He was great, Stallone. De Niro is a scene stealer. I thought Ray Liotta was good too, and Harvey Keitel as the arsehole cop. Yeah, some stars in that, wasn't it? Ray Liotta. The I'll tell you what, Last of the Mohicans is one terrific film. Say what you like, but Day-Lewis is 3 Oscars he's got, and he retired from acting. One of the great actors, Daniel Day. Frankie, have you seen a dermatologist? There's a cream called Dermalex. You may suffer from psoriasis. I've seen a dermatologist, and I've got a cream. I have to keep it refrigerated, but the dermatologist, as soon as I walked in, he knew what I got the wrong diagnosis of, this lovely Irish doctor, lovely, lovely, lovely person. She said to me, "Oh, you've got what did she say? Acne." I said, "Me?" I said, "The age of me, acne." I said, "That's a teenage." She said, "No, it can come out on anyone." I said, "Okay." Wrong diagnosis. Because 2 years later, I was chewing on fucking stuff on my stupid face, and it wasn't helping at all. So when I went into the doctors again, I said, "Listen, I need a second opinion. I really do." And they had a dermatologist, young fella. And as soon as I walked in, he knew what I had. And he told me that everybody, and I mean everybody, every human being on the planet has a fungi below the skin of the head. And he said, "You've got it." He said, "But the unfortunate thing for you, it comes out on you." I said, "Is that why you flake?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "It comes through your skin." He said, "Then all of a sudden you just flake." I said, "But I've never had dandruff in my life. In my life." He said, "No, it goes through your scalp as well. Your scalp as well, to your neck. Sometimes it goes down to your legs." What? And that's what I fucking suffer from. I always had like decent skin, like smooth. But when I do that, it's like it's not the same. And that's me. That's what I suffer from. I've got a, I'll tell you what I've got. If you bear with me again 1 second. Oh, Now that's who happens, isn't it? Sorry about this. Look up, mate. There you go. Oh, there you go. Can you see it? Oh, for fuck's sake. It's gonna go. Just bear with me. Anyway, this is what I've got. Anfield. I've got this thing, this cream, whatever that is. Right, I've got that. And I'm supposed to get washed with this. Don't fucking use it at all. Can't even get the fucking lid off. Hydromol. Supposed to get washed with that. But fuck's sake. Can I get the lid off that? Can't use my arms. You know, can I slay, you know, my grandson or anyone else, you know, Francine comes up. Once you get to my age, once you get like, what's wrong? I'm sorry. It's just so frustrating for me. So frustrating. No one realises how frustrating because I can't walk. I got locked up, didn't I, in here during COVID. I became institutionalised in my own home. And I'm going worse. This pain is terrible. What I get down here. I'm waiting for a scan. Just waiting for the scan. Why am I waiting for the scan? To get myself better. Hopefully. Physios are waiting for me, but they're waiting for the results of the MRI scan. So they can't do anything. They said, no, it isn't do anything until them results come. They never said them results, those results. I said, okay. Nothing you can do. Frankie, are you a Tarantino fan? Yeah. 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 Quentin. So I am Anfield. Mark Simons, Forrest Whitaker's best performance for me was in the cult classic Italian mafia film called Ghost Dog, where he plays a hitman whose principles based on Bushido are compromised and refuse to kill her. You know, listen, I'm being honest, I've read so much about the mafia, really. And believe you me, hitmen do not have, I don't think I can do this. Oh, the bollocks. The hitman goes out and does it. That's what he's being hired for. It's like a fucking, say like a painter comes in, you do me to do your, they're going to finish the job. They're not going to go, you know, I don't think I'll finish it off. It's a load of bollocks. They don't have second thoughts. Watch, as I said, mentioned this before. Watch Killing Them Softly about a hitman, Brad the Pitt. Watch it. Scoot McNairy. Watch it. Ben Mendelsohn's in it as well. Ben Mendelsohn is a great actor. An Arrival. Brilliant film. Let me fix this. Yeah, Arrival, great film. But the best film, and it was a low budget film, was Extraterrestrial. Cracking film. Low budget. It was a low budget film. Wonderful. Extraterrestrial. It's just called that. I said to a mate of mine ages ago, you got any Eagle films you can watch? And I went, yeah. And I said, what's Extraterrestrial? Because he likes all that stuff. That's genre stuff. I said, what's Extraterrestrial? And he phoned. He said, I've been fucking Googling this, searching, he says, on my 18 books. He said, for over an hour. He said, how do you spell extra, that thing? So I had to spell it out for him. He tried for over an hour. He couldn't spell it. Because as you know, when you say it, you've got to be spot on what you spell. Or your film title. Funny. I shall not name his name. Mark Simons, I'll give it a watch, says the Anfield Road. It's loosely based on a cult classic French film called La Samurai, starring Alain Delon. Give it a go. And watch that. You see, I always remember, do you know that Hollywood always copied like French films and things? You always copied. Because they've run out of fucking ideas. This is why they brought woke in. Have a look. I watched the film, the original, called The Green Card, with Gerard Depardieu. And I watched that film. That was great. I like French films, by the way. I do. I really like them. And that Kirsten Scott Thomas. I've seen her in a few French films. Perfect French. Sigourney Weaver is seen her in one or two of them as well. Perfect French. But anyway, The Green Card. Now, I've got to admit that they did an American version with Gerard Depardieu anyway. And that was not bad. It wasn't bad, but they copied. Now, Alain Delon, he's just died, hasn't he? Is it him? Alain Delon. Am I getting mixed up here? Alain Delon. No, it's his name, isn't it? Or is it? Has he just died? Good actor. Good French actors. There's a fella named, fucking hell, what's his name? Brilliant actor. It's probably still with us. But there's another. I seen a film called, and I'm going back. I was trying to think in I don't know whether it was the 40s or something like that. French film. It was about Devil's Island with an actor by the name of Jean Gabin. Oh, fantastic! Now, as I said, the French have got something. Jean Reno, brilliant actor, and he was in Ronin with De Niro. Brilliant. Even Sean Bean was in it, but he plays a British fella. If anyone hasn't seen Ronin, watch it. Ronin, Ronin. There are two Ronins. One, just that one with De Niro and Jean Reno, and the other one is Ronin 47, about the samurai. Watch it. It's a cracking film. Showing Keanu Reeves. So, if you've got a chance and you haven't seen Ronin, whatever it's called, with De Niro and Reno, watch it. Great. And Ronin 47, watch it. Really, really good film. And you'll recognise a couple of Japanese actors as well. They were very good. So listen, lads, thanks very much for joining me today. But when I put that on, it's freezing cold because he had to put it in the base. And when I put it on, when you see me, and I'm like that, it's very itchy. It's everywhere, all around, even in me, and scratching me head. And when I put the stuff on, as I said, it's freezing cold. Nostrils are terrible. You know what I mean? Anyway, when I put it on, freezing cold, and then from the itchiness, it goes to burning, and the pain is horrible on my little face. What's he telling? But that's me. Das ist mich. Ich bin nicht eine Ausländer. Ich bin Deutsch. That was a very famous. Famous quote by Adolf Hitler. Ich bin nicht eine Ausländer. Ich bin Deutsch. Because the propaganda, everything that we've thrown at it, Adolf said that he's an ordinary house painter from Austria, little house painter. But in fact, he was an artist, like paint. Not saying he was good or whatever. And in the First World War, he didn't want to be an officer. He wanted to go in the trenches with the men. And believe it or not, I forget this fella's name. And that's why I never mention him, because I forget his name. And in the First World War, he was blown, believe it or not, into a shallow. You see them big craters. And he was there like that, against the crater. It was a British fella. And this lad came from Coventry. Forget his name. I forget his name. And anyway, he seen this fella, and he said, "You're all right," and he was wounded. And he patched him up. He said, "Don't worry," he said, "we'll be out of this. This can't go on any longer. This cannot go on any longer. It'll all be over. It'll all be over," he said. Sooner rather than later. And he patched him up. He's fucking dying. He patched him up, stopped the bleeding and everything. And that was Adolf Hitler, who got patched up by this fella from Coventry. And in the 1930s, when he became Chancellor, he actually sent over to this fella and brought him to Berlin and gave him, like, I don't know, a medal. I don't know what he gave him. But he gave him a thing, commemorative thing for saving his life. Does anyone know that? I always forget this fella's name. Just imagine if he would have died, or he would have killed, you're getting the people saying, "Oh, well, why didn't he kill him?" No, it's just a wounded fella lying in a shallow alongside him, and he just had some medical stuff on him, and he patched him up. That's what you would do, whether he's an enemy or what. Some people have brains, by saying, "Why am I shooting at him? He's just like me. He's been sent to a war for this country." And this is what it's all about. And if you see, your enemy on the floor, unless he was a dog, you try and help him. There's been loads of remarkable stuff like that. Enemy helping the enemy, the wounded. It's sad. I'd love to tell you the story about one day. It's history. And it was about an agent, but I forget his name, and I won't do anything without getting the name. And he was in Germany during the 30s. Then he sneaked into Russia. And he got collared. Spying. Agent, secret agent. Don't like Bondi. And he got collared and he was thrown into a gulag. What a story. What a story. But I'll try and find out his name. I'll tell you all about it one day. Fantastic. And I said, I said, wouldn't you think he would have made a film of that? If I would have had the money, I would have made a film of it. Got Rufus Sewell to play. Rufus Sewell. Would you like to play this part, Rufus? Rufus, would you like to play this part? Right. So anyway, I'm going to leave you all. I'll see you Monday, whoever comes on. I'll do the history show on Tuesday, unless I forget. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you Monday. And as Hitler would have said, see you on Montag. All right, Montag. And as Mussolini would have said, Lunedi. lunedi per calcio. Lunedi per calcio. Thank you, boys. Enjoy the weekend. Great weather. Ciao. Ci vediamo. Ciao, Bell.